Hello everyone, and welcome here once again to the channel where we're taking back reality. We're taking back the earth. We're saying that with full power, confidence, and trust in our being. Pure life force that's running through my veins and speaking to you now. The verses of the great symphony of not the COVID crisis, but the time when mankind took back the earth with full responsibility. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, everyone listening here, that's the word. That's the word of all ages. That's what it all comes down to. Responsibility. Yeah, welcome to the Gnostic Takeover. Hope everyone's doing good. I hope you're doing good on your journey. We're doing mighty good here. Look at that. We've got beautiful sunshine here. Once again here in Austria. It's perfect. It's like the summer's returned. Is nature a little bit confused? Is the weather confused? Is it autumn or is it summer? It's fantastic. I love it. I really love this weather. And today we're actually doing a video during the day, so I'm in a different state of awareness than what I'm normally in when I do these videos. As you know, I'm an early riser when I do these videos. It's not that I always wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, but let's see what happens today, shall we? So yeah, as I keep saying here, we document the process of what we are going through here at the Gnostic Takeover with the center of operations here in Austria. And this is the very process of how we take back reality, take charge of our own life again. This is what creation wants from us. The source, the intelligence of the plant kingdom, the earth, wants from us. And you see, this is another meaning, another understanding of why we went through the crisis since 2020. It's woken many people up to the fact that the governments that have been running their respective countries are criminals. Criminals in action. And basically actors for a crime syndicate, a mafia that is very cunningly and insidiously structured. So all the knowledge about it is compartmentalized, about the whole mafia structure and especially the deeper layers of it. And yeah, this crisis since 2020 has woken many people up, which is good. And what's important to realize also is to always stay on top of the game, okay, to always have your eyes open. Alright, and this is what this channel is dedicated to do. The Gnostic Takeover is a story, is my story, is Liz's story, is mankind's story, based on the hero's journey of how you find the way out of the clutches, the tentacles of a seemingly omnipotent, all-powerful, full spectrum dominance and total control system. We want to show the way, we want to show the path. We've been going through this process I've been going through this process with different stages since 2012, but my awakening accelerated immensely since especially 2021. 2020 was still sort of like business as usual for me. But it's very important to always have your eyes on your process and how this process of development continues, and to question everything. Okay, and to really go deep into your own awakening journey, and that means to walk the path of the medicine. Okay, you can describe it as something else if you want. I describe it as the path of the medicine, the path of the truth, the path of nature, which is best described, one of the best descriptions of it that has come to my attention is, what you need the most is where you least want to look. So this is the journey of awakening. It's not so much the, oh, now I've woken up and now I'm singing with the fairies, I'm singing with the butterflies and whistling with the birds. I guess it comes later. Once the bubble is busted and the womb of the matrix has busted, then probably you end up in paradise. Okay, so-called paradise, what is referred to in religions. So yeah, awakening is a very destructive process because it is our own self, okay, our old self, that is breaking away and falling apart. It's our old self and our old beliefs, what we thought was real, okay, that turn out during our process of awakening, they turn out not to be real, but to just be programs of classical conditioning. Go and look up classical conditioning. We should all be doing that to really find out what this system of mind control truly is. If we really want to know what it is classical conditioning. So, what is real? This is what many people are afraid to find out. Because again, they've been programmed to fear the truth. Why would you fear the truth? That's what's been in my journey of awakening. I can actually relate to that. But this is the time where we have to confront ourselves with the truth. Because it's only the truth that will eliminate the web of lies and all the depth and levels of this lie. And it's about time we did it. This crime syndicate, okay, the criminal mafia, has stolen the entire world through their imposed monetary system. That wouldn't be a problem, alright, if you don't charge interest on it. Okay, it wouldn't be a problem if you have units of exchange. You can actually make this monetary system run when in the right hands. You see, that's the key, right? The problem, one of the problems that we have is that this monetary system, okay, money runs the world. It's the lifeblood of this control system, okay, which makes everyone subordinate to lives that they don't like living. And yeah, everyone has to get a job. I talked about this last time. And by the way, is never any offense onto anyone, okay, who still has a job, alright? I'm welcoming to everyone who's here on the channel. And what I said also was that everyone is on their path, okay, on their respective path, and it doesn't matter where we are, exactly the place where we are at right now is the right place to be. And just take a moment now. And I'm gonna take a moment now to just feel into what I just said there. Exactly where I am at right now in my process of awakening as a spiritual being incarnated in a human body. I'm exactly right. It's this mind virus, okay, that they've programmed into us, deep into our psyche, as I explain often. It's nested deep within the unconscious. It's always lingering in the background, trying to tell us we're not right. We are right. If we choose to take this moment and realize that more often, okay? And yeah, everyone's on their journey, and there's never any offense to anyone who's still in the working world. I actually feel for every one of you. And I just want to say that what we are creating here at the Gnostic Takeover, and what we're doing, is all about eliminating the work-life paradigm. So no one has to have a job and go to work and slave for someone else, but actually do what they love doing. This is what we're opening the gate for. This is the responsibility that we have in opening the gate of the new paradigm, a new way of living. I've got the beautiful Veer here once again. What a beauty. What a fantastic day this is here once again. Thank you for joining me here. So yeah, the last video was about what happens, what will actually happen when the Gnostic Takeover is proven to be right. It will definitely have a dramatic effect on my life. It will be incredible when all of this comes to fruition. Beautiful palm trees here in Austria. Look at that. I mean, these are banana plants. Lovely, isn't it? Isn't it lovely? You know, because I mean, this is such a massive project. I mean, obviously most people can't get their head around the idea that we're pursuing here at the Gnostic Takeover. Okay, we've had direct encounters with the dark occult. I actually met, as I've often said here, but for anyone who's just tuning in here, and it's always good to repeat these sort of things, I actually met the High Priest of Satanism here in Austria, who my analysis has gone as far that it's not just the sphere of influence that he has on Austria, but on the entire world, and that actually Austria is the center of Satanism and the center of the working operations of this empire. Not England, not the Vatican, not Rome, not Washington, but actually in the center of Europe, Austria, that no one talks about, and everyone only associates Mozart with it, or the mountains. It looks to be a very special place energetically, and yeah, the Gnostic Takeover, me and Liz actually lived together with this high priest, and yeah, we had how should I say, psychological spiritual warfare with this satanic cult, okay, that's at the highest echelons of this control system. It's a satanic cult, but it's not the Rothschilds, okay? They are another branch of the acting industry. They're actors. It's a whole story there. I mean, this Archon Vampire Empire, they are professional perception hijackers. Professional at deviating your awareness and your attention into the wrong direction. You see how that works? Oh, look at the Rothschilds, look at them here. Oh, you're going nowhere. Nowhere. They're actors like the Rockefellers. You know, they may be the owners of the banking industry of that sector, but that's not how the control systems run, and they're certainly not the ones running the control system. Okay, this is the sphere of influence of this involutionary force. Okay, it's Satanism is involution. Go and look that up. Okay, it's the inversion of evolution, is involution. And what they are is deceivers. And you only get to the real places of influence of this satanic cult when you make the intention to blast open Pandora's box and to take down this criminal control system. When you have that intention, okay, because everything in reality orders and programs itself according to your intention and according to your focus. That's why they always want to hijack your perception, keep you busy with things that don't actually matter. So when you focus your attention, and this is what I've done, okay, since approximately, I can pick this up from May 2020, I focused my attention on taking back the earth. Total focus on that. And during this whole crisis, I never wore a muzzle, as I said last time also. And I was fined many thousands of euros, as I also said last time. I didn't pay this back. I told everyone who told me, oh, but you're going to end up in prison. I said, I'm not going to end up in prison. Okay? It's not going to happen. I'm not going to manifest that as reality. And you see, it never manifested. I did not spend a single second in a prison cell. And what actually happened is that I ended up in a place called Saint Corona am Wechsel. Wechsel means change. A change of power. That I was destined to initiate. A change of power. Why? Because I'm an arduous student. Have been for many years. Started my work as an investigative journalist in 2012, and I just went one little step at a time. In 2015, it was at the end of 2014, December 2014, I published my first article about revealing that ISIS was a US and Western run terrorist organization that is used to topple regimes in the Middle East and Far East. So I wrote about very different subjects back in the day. Wrote about climate change also. And once I got involved in 5G and started writing articles about 5G, things got, how shall I say, very interesting. I was beginning to be initiated into a new level of this playing field. Okay, well, what's really going on here on Earth? I was beginning to be initiated deeper into mysticism, into the occult. I had some very interesting paranormal experiences. at the time in 2018 with LSD, for example, where I first encountered a very powerful black magician whose name was Faraz Saeed Husseini, and that's when I was woken up to the idea, the fact that I had a major stake and a major role to play in all of this here on Earth. So all I ever did was just follow one step at a time. Started off with writing articles for a magazine, and then skyrocketed into me talking in front of 10,000 people at the demonstrations here in Austria. That was the next level in initiation into mysticism, and I stood in front of those 10,000 people in Vienna, and I actually commanded the entire criminal international mafia to leave Austria right in the middle of Vienna. I actually did that. Yeah, because you see, many people have not yet fully comprehended. They may have heard it before, but it's so important to realize that when you speak the truth, the way you see it, okay, from your heart, even when your voice is trembling as you speak, because it's the most difficult thing to do, to speak the truth, because it's so powerful. You are fully protected by the source of all creation. Nothing can happen to you. Okay? And what I can observe this is why I talk a lot about the alternative media claptrap industry. What I can observe is a total distraction industry away from the powerful truth that we need right now. You see, we've gone through a genocide here on Earth. That's what it is. I have no idea what the numbers are. No idea. I stopped looking up facts and reading articles in the alternative media, or watching or listening to anyone speak about what's happening since 2021. Since 2022, I've completely stopped it, alright? That was also a process of deconditioning. Stop watching the mentors that I used to follow. John Lam Lash, Max Egan I used to listen to, Bernhard Günther, who's the other guy? Tom Montauk. They talk, those two, Bernhard Günther and Tom Montauk, they talk about the matrix control system. Total fakes, alright? Whatever they talk about is not what they actually experience. Okay, they are directly direct agents of this control system to fish those people like me who are interested in the real dynamics of this control system. They fish you and they make you go nowhere. Alright, what I'm speaking about here at the Gnostic Takeover is what I actually experienced. It's knowledge that I have experienced. I don't just talk about something that I read in a book. Okay, that's the complete difference that needs to be distinguished. So, and all these other mentors, that's why I said the other day, the motto here at the Gnostic Takeover is get rid of your mentors. Transcend your mentors. And this is a huge area of this control system that hardly anyone talks about, is that they've set up this whole alternative media arena because they know, goodness me, if they know something, this Archon Vampire Empire, it's that they know there's gonna be an awakening taking place, and this awakening is going to accelerate, and people will want to naturally be drawn to find out what the truth is, not just what is true. Okay, all these people that are just named may be saying lots and lots of things that are true, but at the same time be distracting from the truth. the truth that would make all the difference. This is what I'm talking about. The truth of enlightenment. What I'm talking about here at the Gnostic Takeover is to take down the criminal class. Take down the Satanists. The puppet masters. I'm telling you, they're not so powerful. I just yesterday went through a massive attack, energetic attack, that lasted for many hours. It already started the day before in the evening, so I'm getting better and better because me and Liz have been so under energetic attack. This is what happens when you challenge the highest echelons of this cult. You don't have combat fights with a sword, alright? The way this battle is played out is energetically, psychologically. You get attacked. So the way this happened was that we constantly have ceremonies. We do energy work here at the Gnostic Takeover. So every full moon, and we've also started every new moon now, as well as every equinox and every equinox point around the 21st of March, 21st of June, 21st of September, 21st of December. Okay, this time it was on the 23rd of September, the autumn equinox. This is where we do a fire ceremony. This is what I showed you in the beginning of the video with the fireplace. Okay, and that's where we do our energy work. Okay, this cult of the Archon Vampire Empire, what they don't want you to know is that they themselves are doing this energy work. Okay, this is goes along what Aleister Crowley, okay, who I've not read any of his books or anything. I just the other day I looked him up again and I came across ceremonial magic, right? And I just realized, oh geez, this is what we've been doing all this time. Ceremonial magic, okay? We don't dress like idiots like they do in black garments and have like these strange muzzles and masks on their chavvy chases and whatever they do. I've never myself participated in a satanic ritual abuse ceremony, what they do, what the enemies of life do. But this is the way, you see, they do energy work themselves, so the way you combat the enemies of life is actually looks very different to how it's being portrayed to us. So the way you combat them is you do energy rituals yourself. You work with the elements. You work with the fire, with the water, with the air, and with the earth. This is what we do, and this is what we did on the 23rd of September, also on the 21st, because we didn't know that it was actually the 23rd that is the equinox day. So we did two ceremonies. And how do you know that these ceremonies are having an effect? Okay, what we do in these ceremonies is we command. We write down our intentions, alright, and then at the fire we command the shit out of this empire with the truth. We command them to serve all of our 6 commands because we're in charge here on earth. We affirm it. This is, you see, another thing that people have difficulties wrapping their head around. We here at the Gnostic Takeover, we're actually in charge here on earth. It is so because we say so. So who's going to give you proof here in this system? Okay? You're going to find anyone who's going to declare you as the king here on earth. And then it's right. Oh, but I can't be the king here on earth because we already have King Charles. Are you having a joke? You see, it's perfect to describe classical conditioning, because people are used in their minds, also in the alternative. When you think alternatively, you've got these ceremonies where oh, King Charles was announced and now he's a king. They don't realize that by nature, under natural law, I'm the king if I declare myself as king. The only thing I have to worry about, maybe, okay, and have a thought or two about, is how much responsibility comes with being in charge here on earth. How much responsibility comes your way in declaring yourself as king here on earth. That's the only real thing that, needs reflecting on. And this is why intention and commands are so powerful. And it was shown to us again how powerful these intentions and commands are with me being attacked so strongly yesterday. It was a massive energetic attack coming from the highest echelons of this Archon Vampire Empire, trying to disrupt my energetic state, and all it ever does is make me more powerful, more insightful, and more knowledgeable of what's actually really going on here on Earth, and how we continue our operation to take back the Earth. We're actually on the other side here. This is the side where we started the video. So we're actually on the other side here. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a helicopter hovering above the Gnostic Takeover once again. No surprise to me. I experience this every single day. It's no surprise to me and Liz anymore. So what is also interesting is to reflect upon why power and commands are so negatively connotated in this society. For example, what my family had massive problems with is with my commands, and I had to explain to them what the commands mean. It's the same with power. Oh, power. I'm power. I have power. Oh, you can't say that. Because unconsciously, okay, people who are still locked in this mind control grid to a greater degree than many of you listening here, or to me, for them, power brings up fear. Yeah, because with power comes responsibility. You only have true power when you take full responsibility over everything. And me and Liz are experiencing each and every single day what a big responsibility it truly is to put ourselves into the position that we've put ourselves in. You see, this is also what a mafia boss does. Okay, he doesn't need anyone telling him that he's the boss of the mafia. All right, he makes himself the boss through his actions. He announces himself as the boss through his actions, and the actions that he takes and the intentions that he follows through with. All of life works like this. So why have we got such a negative connotation to power? The people running the control system, they don't have any power. No, that's why they're running a control system, to compensate the lack of power that they have, because by nature they can't have any power because they do not take responsibility for their actions. So they had to set up a compensatory system, a system of compensation to compensate the use of power, and they've done it through the workings of this control system that runs like religion runs on guilt. Guilt, the etymology of guilt, guild actually is the etymology of the word in German called Geld, which is money in English. That's how they set up this compensatory system to have control here on Earth. And that's what we're blasting here. I mean, it's about time, isn't it? What a beautiful day. What a beautiful tree. Yeah, sometimes I'm on a ramble. Whew, there's just so much always to get through. The difficulties in ordering this information, you know? So, what's really important to realize is that true power comes with responsibility. And in actual fact, it's not the responsibility that we've been sold it is and told it is in this system and in the terms of the system. Oh, that you need to get a job and that you need to pay the bills, and that's why you take responsibility when you're renting an apartment, or when you take a loan at the bank and build a house. Oh, that's taking responsibility, because then your children have a roof over their head and all that. But it's not true responsibility. Again, they've distracted away from what it truly is, and true responsibility starts with emotional responsibility, taking responsibility over the flow of energy that happens within our mind, body, soul and spirit. To take charge over that means doing shadow work. That's where the emotions of the past come to the surface. And this is the great time right now, is the time of doing shadow work and actually checkmating our own shadow and sending it to the light by aligning ourselves with the light of the truth. We have to hold ourselves accountable. Okay, many people, they expect accountability in government. Oh, the government needs to be held accountable for the crimes that they've committed. When they themselves, only you, can hold yourself accountable, and then, only then, can you even start to hold someone else accountable. My own experience, having gone down this path in a very deep way, looking deep into liability, responsibility, by the time you've held yourself accountable and liable, by the time you do that and that's finished, the whole crime syndicate mafia is held liable in the process. It's the most powerful thing, and you have to continue doing it each day by day. The Gnostic Takeover is not a finished article. That's why it makes it so interesting to listen to, because you never know what you're going to get here on this channel, because we're still developing ourselves. We're in a process of unfoldment of our unique potential ourselves. And you see, this is what it's about. We get the answers as we go along. You just do not subordinate to the system. That's what it's all about. That's why me and Liz are hardliners in that. For 1.5 years now, we've been very focused, especially the last year now. It's been more than a year. We've been very focused on the manifestation of the reality of our intentions. That's what we've been most focused on. I've stopped watching movies the last 3 months. I've not watched a single movie, and before that it was also reduced to barely none. Right? And I've dropped all distractions just to focus on the manifestation process, because, you know, many people will tell you, oh, you need to go into the heart, and that's where all the answers lie. And once you go into the heart, you know, everything opens up. But what people don't tell you, or what I've come to notice is what they don't say, is that you get into the heart by letting go and eliminating all of the distractions that prevent you from going into the heart. You see, this is the bit that people don't tell you. And when you want to manifest the reality of your intentions to actually end up in the reality, because many people talk about the power of the mind, the power of our thoughts, the power of our intentions, but who really has the audacity to actually have as an intention to take back the earth, command the criminal mafia, satanic criminal mafia network? I command you that you give me 963 million euros. You give me a new home, a new house in the most expensive and most beautiful area here in Austria, the Salzkammergut at the Wolfgangsee. You give us private diplomatic passports with which we can travel the whole world. You give us access to our collateral accounts, okay, the account that was set up when you were born, where there's millions on it, and it's your private property, and all the unemployment money and all the money you get when you go into pension is actually deducted from your own freaking account. Go figure. What a crime syndicate. What a system. What criminals they are. Jeez. I mean, there's no stop to it. There's no words to describe it. Those are the commands. Those are the intentions of our reality, that we set that intention. Those intentions are set at the causal level, and every single day all we have to do is face the challenges that are presented to us, and face and come clean with all of reality, and have nothing to hide anymore, to truly come into the light. Okay, that's it. That is holding yourself accountable by making the light of the truth shine right into your soul, and have the soul merge with your entire being, with what people call the ego. It's just the interface to experience this reality, and the ego has lots of wounds from the past, alright, where it was harmed, where damage has been done, and all of these wounds of the past, as you go through the shadow work, and which relates to the manifestation process also, because we are constantly manifesting reality. This is what people also have misunderstood. Oh, now I'm going to manifest my reality. You're always manifesting your reality. It's just that we need to get the shit out. We need to purge the program, and when we purge and eliminate the program that is based on the wounds and the shadow self within ourselves that we've been classically conditioned to mistake ourselves with. When you heal that shadow, you heal the program, and as within, so without, that manifests as your new reality. When the program's purged, when the program's gone, then you what do you manifest then? And all you need to do to purge the program, okay, it's important always to put such important concepts into the right context. You have to face reality. That's all you have to do. You set the intention, like with the equinox date that just passed, and you keep staying with that intention. You do the energy work, and when it's a big manifestation like me and Liz are doing, this is the reason why it takes so long. 1.5 years. Yeah, of course, because you're commanding the mafia. You need to wrap your head around that, and actually this is why a year ago we had to face the fear of the police. I had to face all this. I'm in no fear of the police anymore. I actually slayed them a few months back, 2 months back, right in the public when they were trying to put me and Liz into a mental institution. Another attack by this satanic cult. So why are they attacking us so much? What is it that they're in fear of? Because you only attack when you're in fear of someone. And you see, by the very nature of this cult, they want to stay in the background. Okay, they always manipulate your mind. This is what they are. They've programmed this mind virus. Okay, that Paul Levy explains very well in his books about Wetiko. Okay, the mind virus. And the nature of this cult is, and the people that run this control system, the Satanists, all right, as I said, we had direct experiences with the High Priest of Satanism here in Austria. I know the very nature of how they operate their system. They want to stay in the background. So when they come to the foreground and attack you directly, psychologically, and you know it's them, then it's a sign that they're pretty desperate. They've got a big problem there. And this is what shows you and points you into the direction that the Gnostic Takeover may just be right. But what happens when the Gnostic Takeover is proven to be right? Whew. And you see, the whole manifestation process, which is the manifestation of the light of the truth. And the truth can only be proven to be right, because it's the truth. This is why we align our intentions with the truth, okay? It doesn't contradict the truth. Okay, many people would say, whoa, you're commanding 963 million euros. That's so outrageous, you know, but it's not in contradiction with the truth. The truth is infinite. I could be saying 963 trillion euros, and it would just as much be the truth, because there's no contradiction with it. Problem people have with that figure is it's so much. Why? Because they've been classically conditioned by the people that run this control system to see themselves in very, very limited terms. That's why they don't command the satanic cult, let alone command 963 million euros. They don't want anyone to command, because when you do not command, they have the command, although they don't even deserve it by nature. They don't have command. They're immoral. They're just so skilled at deception and mind control, with incredible skills of always tricking your mind to not take back reality, take charge of your own life, and take, most essentially, back the command. And say, I'm in command over my own life. I'm the power, I'm the force, I'm the source expression of all things. What is there to fear? And that needs to be practiced every single day, because as soon as you let yourself drift off, okay, and come into a passive mode and go back to your entertainment and watch your series and more, I'm speaking from experience. They'll come back and linger in the background, plant themselves in your psyche, and tell you again and again and again how much you suck and that you're powerless. And that's how they have stayed in power. It's that simple. That's how they stayed in power, because no one took back their power and actually went for the whole freaking load. And this is what I did with the High Priest of Satanism in St. Corona. When I visited him, he gave me a magic mushroom on like the third or fourth day we were there. It was the day before we left. He gave me a portion of magic mushrooms and thought that he could mind control me with it, because they use these psychedelic compounds like magic mushrooms and LSD. They actually use it to mind control people, you know. And I told him directly in his face as we were sitting there, and I knew, fucking hell. When I went to the toilet, everything was satanic in there. Everything. Absolutely everything. As I was on the magic mushroom, and these psychedelic compounds, they make you enter into the mystical sphere of reality. And that's what I did. And then I saw through the whole situation, and I told him, you know, we're taking back the whole earth. You lose everything, absolutely everything. Not just a little bit, because with these criminals, you have to take everything from them, because only then have you solved this crisis properly. It needs to be done proper, cleanly. So we have a whole new foundation and a proper celebration for the new paradigm to usher in. So what I speak about here in these videos is actually what I myself am directly experiencing. I don't just talk things that I read from a book. I went to these places and I taught these people in their faces, you're not in charge over Earth. I'm the commander-in-chief. Why me? Has to be me, because everyone else is pointing fingers at others. That's the wrong idea. You don't point fingers at others and, oh, others should be doing this, others should be doing. You should be freaking doing it. Why should you be doing it? Because no one else is doing it. And like I said in the last video, the so-called truth and freedom movement, like with characters like David Icke and Max Egan and all these people that people listen to, whatever they listen to, whatever influencers, all right? I mean, I don't have anything against these people, but that was just a stepping stone in order to bring forth the real deal. And this is what we're doing here, man. We're taking responsibility for our whole generation. With me, it's the 1990s generation. I was born in 1990. Liz was born in 1983. We're taking responsibility for our whole generation, and we come clean with reality. Totally clean. And we take the responsibility for the earth, whatever that may encounter. And I was hit with a strong attack yesterday. But they can only attack you based on the wounds and the unresolved issues that you still have from your past. What they access is what I a long time ago termed the mind of past experiences. It's the shadow of the past also. Here we go again. All the dots connect. And when you're focused on manifesting in the light of the truth, the reality of your intention, you need to know the hidden working dynamics of psychology of the shadow if you want to manifest the light. That's how everything gets resolved. Based on the principle of polarity. I can only know what the light is by experiencing what the shadow is. This has come this is what we have experienced over and over again. You first make the experience of the shadow, and then you know what the light is. We've been mind controlled all our lives until we started questioning things and becoming more and more aware, and actually listening to people from the truth and freedom movement talk about awakening. And before that, we experienced the shadow world in order to transcend into the light of the truth. And we have to keep going. We do not stop. We do not stay and regurgitate and repeat what our mentors have said. We need to find our own voice. Because when you let go of the distraction industry outside of you, all the external informations about this, about that, have you considered this? You leave that out, at least reduce it. What comes forward is, and what is activated, especially in these times now, is inner intelligence, natural intelligence. This is what comes forward. And then you take back all of reality. You take back your reality, your sense of reality. You take back your sense of the possible. What is possible? Oh, it's impossible. 963 million euros. Then where is the natural law principle that contradicts with the command that I've given? And it doesn't contradict. And you see, the reason why we even came to the idea that we are commanding the network to give us all these things is because of catastrophe happening in our life. When they stole Liz's child, Leonie. They broke into our home and stole her child. The social services, with a criminal judge, criminal bailiff, criminal everyone there, but we did not stay in a victim mode and blame the others, point fingers at others. We used the experience to decondition ourselves from the classical conditioning of mind control programming. This is taking responsibility. You don't blame the others. We sent 3 notices of liability to the judge, to the man who at times acts as judge. Oh, he's fully liable at any point. But we even had to go deeper into our own process there. And yeah, instead of focusing on the outside, okay, the social services and the bailiff and the police and holding them all liable and doing this and that, you cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. It's a very powerful quote. I don't like quoting Einstein on it. I don't think it was Einstein who said it. It doesn't matter. It's a good quote. Always this stupid Einstein quote. I won't waste any time anymore on that. We had to go deeper. And where we were pointed toward was, instead of focusing on the outer level, the screen level of reality, which is the level of effects, we went back to the cause. When you work on the causal level, you shift all of reality. So what it basically is awakening is to realize there's a movie being projected from the projector, and 99.99999% of human beings are tricked into having their awareness focused on the outside world, on the canvas of the screen of the cinema of life. And there's the Gnostic Takeover, which has dedicated its hard work for 14 years to get to the point of the level of the projector, on the causal level. And once you access that causal level, how powerful is it? And all you have to do, you see, all you have to sort out between projector and the manifestation on the screen, all you have to sort out in that manifestation process is the resistance in between. That's why every day during your manifestation process you have to know, I'm manifesting that reality. I'm manifesting the reality of my intentions, because there's no contradictions of my intentions with the truth. There is no contradiction of my intentions with natural law principles and the principles of the natural order. It doesn't contradict the principle of cause and effect, doesn't contradict the principle of correspondence, doesn't contradict the principle of mentalism. It's actually in alignment with it. So keep going, and expect the sophisticated psychodynamics of the shadow to show up in your life and try to distract you from manifesting reality. Why? Because when you manifest reality, you're manifesting the light, and that extinguishes, eliminates the shadow. It's like an animal that doesn't want to be killed. It would do anything, absolutely anything, for it not to get squashed, all right? Not to get revealed, not to get eliminated. And this is what the shadow government does and what it distracts from. With this whole alternative media industry I just watched yesterday. Resistance Great Britain, all right? For some reason I have that channel. And I just looked up 5 minutes of an interview with Right Said Fred, those two geezers. And apparently, you know, they've woken up and all. And I watch it and I'm like, these are two actors. And all they talk about is surface stuff, okay? I've got nothing against Right Said Fred. I just watched this little aspect. It could be different, you know? I could have had the wrong impression. I don't care. But all they do is they talk about surface level. It's not going anywhere. I mean, when you compare that with the Gnostic Takeover, they talk about, oh, the relationship between government and the people should change, and the government needs to understand that they're working for us, the people. No! They're actors working for the satanic cult. And if they would do what the people want, they will experience what JF Kennedy experienced, or John Freddie Mercury Kennedy experienced. What Michael Jackson experienced. And when they don't know how to protect themselves, they give you the chop. This is nonsense. This is pedestrian. It's an insult to our intelligence. That's what it is. It's an insult to our intelligence. The bullshit they come up with and the bullshit they talk over and over again in the same circle of this alternative media arena is pathetic. And that's why the path of the truth is a lonely path. Because they couldn't stand a minute with the Gnostic Takeover. It would burn them. That's why you don't find me being interviewed anywhere there. Because it's the truth. And it's the power of the truth. And yeah, I say in the intensity that I want to say, because I want to bath in the truth. Because I know the truth is powerful. I know the truth will heal me. I know the truth will manifest my reality of my intentions. And what's going to happen when that happens? It will reveal and it will heal the single one thing that mankind has lost. No, it's not knowledge. We've also lost that. It's the single one thing that makes you go the path, walk the path till the end. And that is trust. Trust the source. I'm saying this into the camera so I watch this. Trust the source. You're part of all creation. You're part of the beauty of all that is. All fear is illusory. It's all the workings of the psychology of the shadow. They've based their whole control system on it. They've gotten away with it for at least a century. I wouldn't go as far as, oh, they've been in charge for thousands of years, because they fucked with history. I don't think so. They've gotten away with it. And they continue to get away with it, which is exactly the reason and the motivation why I'm gonna get it right. I have to. Because there has to be a future for our children. There has to be another vision, another perspective, or not just the bullshit talk of government and the people. No one gives a fuck about the government. They're criminals. We are the real ones. We are the truth. The power lies within the individual. I don't need to wake anyone up. I'm the full force unleashed. I'm the force to be reckoned with. I don't need anyone supporting me. I trust the source. I trust the reason why I even came here. All of my eggs are in this basket, and it's good so. It's another thing that this society has been programmed with. Oh, you need an alternative if it doesn't come off. All these financial markets, you know. Oh, people, you need to diversify. There's no diversification with the truth. The truth just is. There is no alternative to the truth. You need to make the mainstream the alternative and take over. Take over. Taking back reality. Take over the whole world. It's not possible. Get a fix on your sense of possibility. Who gave you those ideas? This idea of limitation? Who gave you that? Is it in contradiction to the Hermetic principles of natural law? Is it in contradiction with the truth? If it's not, then you manifest it when you pull through with it till the end. So this is where we're at. The reality of our intentions is going to manifest, and there's nothing the satanic cult can do about it because we're so dedicated to it, which is the reason why we were chosen by the source of all creation to do this job, to do the great work for all of mankind. It's going to happen. Then we take over Austria, we take back the country of Austria, we take back the whole world. Yeah, this is how we do it. And until then, if there's anyone, I think I've pissed a few people off with not accepting donations for the last month. So nothing has come in. So I'm going to ask again, if there's anyone watching these videos and you're enjoying these videos, you think this is the way to go, you enjoy the passion, it creates a resonance with the truth, you enjoy it, and you can support us with a PayPal donation. Underneath in the description you find the email address where you can do that. Right now we still need it, because otherwise I'm going to ask my parents again for support. We won't need any support once we've got the 963 million euros plus our collateral account. I mean, we won't need... We're going to be the ones who give support, but for the time being now, I'm happy to ask for support. So, yeah, this will keep us going. And thank you to everyone. Thank you for being a part of this here. It's been intense today, very hot now. Gonna jump in the water. Liz is already waiting, probably a bit nerved that I take longer than I said. That's what happens when I do these videos. Thank you for being here with me once again. I wish you all the very best on your journey. Keep going, and it will happen. You're the power, you're the force, you're the source. Till next time, take very, very good care, and bye-bye.